Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Asia Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 30th of November. Security forces gunned down 4 militants in 2 encounters in Indian Kashmir. Tropical storm kills at least 7 in Sri Lanka. And Pope Francis arrives in Bangladesh amid Rohingya crisis. And now for all the details. 4 militants were gunned down by security forces in 2 separate encounters in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Thursday. An army official claimed 3 of the 4 militants belonged to a Pakistan-based terror group.
Security forces gunned down 4 militants in 2 encounters in Budgam district and Sopore town of Indian Kashmir on Thursday. A search operation was launched by the forces in Pakharpura area of Budgam following a tip-off about the presence of militants of Pakistan-based group Jaish-e-Mohammed or JEM in a house. The encounter broke out as militants opened fire at the forces, in which 3 militants were neutralized. Meanwhile, the 4th militant was gunned down in Sagipura area of Sopore town during a cordon and search operation launched on the basis of specific inputs about the presence of 2 militants.
और इंटेंस फायर फाइट के दौरान ये इनमें से 4 टेररिस्ट मारे गए। 3 की बॉडी हमने रिकवर कर ली है, जिसमें से एक ये लोकल टेररिस्ट सबीर है, 2 पाकिस्तानी है और चौथा जो पाकिस्तानी टेररिस्ट था वो क्योंकि फायर फाइट के दौरान घर में आग लगी थी तो उसकी बॉडी घर के अंदर आग के अंदर दबी हुई है अभी।
India accuses Pakistan of training and arming militants and helping them infiltrate across the line of control or LOC, a de facto border that divides Kashmir. Pakistan denies those allegations.
Miss World 2017 Manushi Schiller on Wednesday said a change in mindset is crucial to ensure gender equality in the society. Schiller made the remarks during the 3-day Global Entrepreneurship Summit in India's southern Hyderabad city.
The newly crowned Miss World India's Manushi Schiller on Wednesday said a change in mindset is crucial to ensure gender equality in the society. She made the remarks on the sidelines of the 2nd day of the Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2017 in India's southern Hyderabad city. Schiller said if both men and women stop feeling persecuted about each other's position in the society, then the problem of gender inequality could be dealt with.
If men start believing that, we don't have to treat someone differently, or we don't have a different set of salary or different opportunities just because she's a woman, or a woman stops feeling that she is being treated differently because she's a woman or she's been persecuted in any way, then we can easily deal with this problem of gender inequality.
The 20-year-old Schiller was crowned Miss World 2017 at the pageant held recently in China. She is the 6th Indian to win the coveted crown. Schiller, being a medical student, now wishes to complete her education.
In news from Pakistan, Pakistan's Election Commission or ECP on Thursday adjourned petitions challenging election of outside Premier Nawaz Sharif as president of ruling Pakistan Muslim League, Nawaz or PMLN party for an indefinite period. The petitions were filed by opposition parties including Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Sharif had been earlier asked to step down as party head by the ECP following his disqualification as Prime Minister by the Supreme Court in the Panama Papers case in July. The ECP bench said recent amendments to the Election Act 2017 had provided legal cover to Sharif's re-election as party head. It further rejected all petitions until an indefinite period as the matter is being heard by the Apex Court. More news from Pakistan. At least 2 persons were killed as gunmen opened fire on worshippers at the entrance of a Shi'ite mosque in Pakistan, Islamabad city on Wednesday. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack so far.
Unidentified bike-borne gunmen opened fire on worshippers at the entrance of a Shiite Muslim mosque in Pakistan's capital Islamabad city on Wednesday, killing at least 2 persons. 3 or 4 attackers on 2 bikes shot at members of the minority Shi'ite community who were leaving evening prayers in a residential neighborhood. One of those killed reportedly included a member of Pakistan's Domestic Intelligence Bureau who was among the worshippers. 3 other people were being treated for bullet wounds, police said.
मस्जिद से बाहर निकलने वाले नवाजियों पर फायरिंग की जाती है। ये कहाँ है ये मुल्क, इसकी हुकूमत, रियासत कहाँ है, हुक्मरान कहाँ है? ऐसा लग रहा है ये जंगल का कानून है, कोई इस मुल्क का वारिस नहीं है, कोई लोगों पाकिस्तान की आवाम को तहफ़्फ़ुज़ देने वाला नहीं है।
A probe has been launched and the suspects are being traced with the help of CCTV cameras. No group has so far claimed responsibility for the attack. However, attacks by Sunni hardliners against the minority group have claimed several lives in the country over the past decade.
Moving on, rising unemployment is leading to frustration and unrest among the youth in Gilgit-Baltistan. With no government attention towards the growing problem, locals in the illegally occupied region are left in lurch.
With the growing population, unemployment in Gilgit-Baltistan has become one of the major concerns for locals. People in the illegally occupied region blame the government for failing to allocate funds for development projects which they say could have brought employment opportunities for them. Students, despite having some of the coveted degrees, are forced to do menial jobs or find no jobs in the region.
यहाँ पे रोज़गार के मौके न होने की वजह से, मुलाजमत के मौके न होने की वजह से जो है बेरोज़गारी और दिन ब दिन जो है बेरोज़गारी हद से बढ़ती जा रही है। जो आबादी में तेज़ी आती जा रही है, इसी तरह बेरोज़गारी भी बढ़ती जा रही है और गुर्बत की शरह में भी इजाफा होता जा रहा है।
यूथ के लिए किसी किस्म की कोई फैसिलिटी इस वक्त गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में, इवन जो पढ़े लिखे हैं, लिटरेटेड हैं, एक गरीबी की गुर्बत का लेवल ये है हमारे पास कि एक गरीब का बच्चा जो पढ़ा लिखा लिटरेटेड होकर आ जाता है तो न उसको नौकरी मिल सकती है, न प्राइवेट सेक्टर नाम की कोई चीज़ तो गिलगित बल्तिस्तान में है नहीं।
Locals allege that it is part of Pakistan government's agenda to keep the region underdeveloped. Gilgit-Baltistan, a part of erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir province of India, was annexed by Pakistan illegally. People have been waiting for years for a better administration that could work for the region's development, but in vain.
In news from Afghanistan, General John Nicholson, commander of the U.S. forces, has said U.S. President Donald Trump's new war strategy in Afghanistan is going to be a game changer. He said pressure will be increased on the Taliban and other insurgent groups to either reconcile or die.
Commander of the U.S. forces in Afghanistan, General John Nicholson, has said that the new U.S. war strategy will be a game changer in the country. While expressing confidence that the U.S. and Afghan forces will win the war against terrorism, Nicholson said from next year, social and diplomatic pressure will be increased on the Taliban and their choices will be to reconcile, remain isolated or die. On the issue of terror hideouts and safe havens in Pakistan, Nicholson said, although no changes have been seen in Islamabad's stance, but expectations are out there.
We have not seen
ما تا اکنون گواه عملی شدن این تغییرات نبوده ایم. امیدواریم که این تغییرات را ببینیم و از نزدیک با پاکستانی ها کار کنیم تا هراس افغانان را که از خط دیورند می‌گذرند نابود کنیم.
Nicholson reiterated that recent U.S. strikes on the drug labs of the Taliban had inflicted over $10 million financial loss to the group in just 3 days, and the strikes will continue. While unveiling his new war strategy in August, U.S. President Donald Trump had promised to step up a military campaign against the Taliban. He had also lashed out at Pakistan for not doing more to tackle militancy and blamed it for providing safe havens to militants.
In news from Sri Lanka, a tropical storm has killed at least 7 people and left 5 fishermen missing in Sri Lanka, officials said on Thursday. Warning of landslides and flooding in severely hit areas, a Navy search team has been deployed to find the missing fishermen, police said. Heavy winds hit the island nation's southern, western and south central areas. Schools were closed on Thursday across several provinces and some planes were also diverted. Sri Lanka's weather department has said on Tuesday that heavy rains and strong winds up to 50 miles per hour will lash the island for up to 4 days. In news from Bangladesh, Pope Francis on Thursday arrived for the second leg of his 6-day trip to Asia. The pontiff is expected to lead a mass and hold meetings with Rohingya refugees who have fled to Bangladesh following a military crackdown in Myanmar. He earlier visited Myanmar for 3 days.
Pope Francis on Thursday arrived in Bangladesh for the second leg of his 6-day trip to Asia. The Pope was received by Bangladeshi President Abdul Hamid along with a delegation of religious leaders and other political officials. Francis was accorded a red carpet reception, which also included a special welcome by the army and dance performance by a group of children. During his 3-day visit, Francis is expected to lead a mass and hold meetings with Rohingya refugees who have fled to Bangladesh following a military crackdown in Myanmar. He arrived in the country after his visit to Myanmar, which was the first leg of his trip to Asia.
Practiced for a number of reasons like self-defense and spiritual development, martial arts is now a competitive sport worldwide. It is now also gaining popularity among the youth of Indian Kashmir, where 600 students recently took part in a tournament based on a Korean martial art form.
Martial arts is nowadays gaining popularity in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, where around 600 students recently took part in a tournament with great enthusiasm. Children from different districts of the province participated in the championship, which was based on a Korean mixed martial arts form, Tongil Mudo, in Srinagar city. Along with boys, a huge number of girls also participated in the event.
सब डिस्ट्रिक्ट से पार्टिसिपेंट आए हैं, नियर अबाउट 600 पार्टिसिपेंट्स आए हैं अक्रॉस द ऑल डिस्ट्रिक्ट एंड द क्लब्स. तो ये गेम जो है बेसिकली कोरिया से है, मिक्स मार्शल आर्ट है. इसमें हम ताइक्वांडो भी आता है, इसमें कराटे भी आता है, इसमें जूडो भी आता है, इसमें फॉल भी आता है, किक्स भी आता है.
सेल्फ डिफेंस एक मार्शल आर्ट्स, हर एक मार्शल आर्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, खासकर गर्ल्स के लिए, क्योंकि सेल्फ डिफेंस गर्ल्स के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी होता है. इसीलिए ये गेम बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. और विंटर्स में खासकर कोई गेम को ज़्यादा खेलते नहीं है, कैसे सर्दी है, तो इससे वार्म अप हो जाता है.
Youth of Indian Kashmir are showing keen interest in learning different martial art forms. At present, around 1,000 boys and girls are learning the Korean martial art form, out of which 600 participated in the inter-district tournament.
Different varieties of exotic flowers were showcased in a flower show in India's northeastern Manipur province recently. The show celebrated nature's abundance and saw active participation from both locals and tourists. The event aimed to boost floriculture and tourism in the province.
A flower show aiming to promote flower art and floriculture was recently held in Imphal city of India's northeastern Manipur province. The flower show, which was part of the annual Sangai festival, exhibited various varieties of flowers and shrubs, including hollow log mosses and American grass. A number of visitors said they were awestruck by the large variety of flowers showcased during the event.
Bring up different kind of designs like cave, waterfall, and viewpoint, and wheat hut, and also orchid stands, flower trees. With different idea we bring together, and at last I make a layout how to arrange this garden flower show.
Nature lovers acquired knowledge about hybrid teas, miniature plants and other species of flowers that were displayed during the event. The show also aimed to promote floriculture as it generates income for florists and contributes to the overall income of the province.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.